Well, Nicki Minaj is fighting with another young female artist again, and honest to God truth, it had nothing to do with the artist that she's fighting with. It's the overall point. So we'll break this down as quickly as we can. Nicki Minaj is mad that her big time record, Super Freaky Girl, will be considered a pop song and not a rap song for the upcoming Grammy Awards show that'll take place at the top of the year. Her example that she used consistently was none other than Latto's Big Energy in comparison to Super Freaky Girl, pretty much saying, hey, if my record is a pop song, then shouldn't Latto's record be a pop song? And from there, it looks like Latto finally had enough of Nicki using her as an example. I'll put it on the screen, some of the tweets that pretty much took place. Latto said, damn, I can't win for losing all these awards nominations and I can't even celebrate. It was Nicki who responded by showing a DM between Latto and Nicki, in which Latto said, I agree with you. However, because of where we left off, I don't think you need to be bringing my name up or song up to prove your point. Nicki said this Karen has probably mentioned my name in over 100 interviews, says she waited in line for Pink Friday with her Barbie chain on, bags, pink hair, but today Scratch Off decides to be silent rather than speak up for the black woman she called her biggest inspiration. Latto said, first of all, I texted you because I didn't want to do the internet shit with someone I looked up to. Just like the first time I DM you asking you what's going on with all the subtweets. I wanted to speak up because, like I said, I do agree, but the way you going about it seems malicious, especially after how we left off. Latto said, I've ignored countless subtweets since March and instead addressed you in a DM. You're asking why I didn't speak up in your defense. It's the same answer I gave you when you asked why I didn't congratulate you. You're literally older than my mom trying to be a bully. Nicki responded to all of Latto's tweets by saying, all this time I thought you was at least 35. Sheesh. They went back and forth for a few hours on Twitter. Nicki said age shaming when you look like you the one pushing 40, age shaming, but was begging for a feature. Imagine what them jeans gonna do in 10 years. Oh, so you in your 20s? Okay, then at least it matched your album sales, right? You sold 20,000, mad you flopped, that's why you're really mad. Latto said, I've literally named you as my dream collab multiple times in multiple interviews. Look, like I told you on the phone, I looked up to you. You still never answered my question about where this random shade started coming from. Latto said, with all that being said, this wasn't just about no Grammy category. You being funny, bringing me up to defend your case, knowing our last convo didn't end on good terms. You literally told me I'm not flourishing and no one cares about my little song on the phone. LOL. Yeah, Nicki did have a couple more responses as well. She said she leaked some music because obviously Latto wants to work with Nicki. She's always wanted to work with Nicki. I'll talk about that more in a second. Nicki said, who want to hear the reference tracks off Scratch Off Ghostwriters rapping her bars? She used me in the bars in every interview until the album sold double wool. Now she wiping that spray tan off and being a Karen. They black when it's beneficial, child. That's from the desk of Nicki Minaj. Yeah, Nicki Minaj will be 40 in a couple months here. Nicki's a legend to me, the greatest female MC we've seen in the last 20, 25 years. This is embarrassing, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is embarrassing. Here's what I know for a fact, because I've interviewed Latto once and it was a quick interview, but I remember in our interview, one of the things that she told me was how much she loved Nicki Minaj. I don't listen to a lot of female rap. I do what I have to do for work. I know for a fact Latto, I'm talking about, looks up, or at least looked up to Nicki Minaj. And I know for real, behind the scenes, I'm sure she's hurt by what has transpired. The problem is, and the saddest part of all this is, what Nicki is fighting for is the right fight, and she's probably the right person to do it. Nicki is saying she got this big record. It's called Super Freaky Girl. You probably heard it on your radios. The record is being pushed towards pop versus rap. Nicki's like, I'm rapping on this record. It's a rap record. But Nicki's super popular. We don't even know what the real definition of pop music is outside being popular. So the Grammys, they trying to play a little game here, right? They're putting Nicki in the Grammys category for pop song with that record, Super Freaky Girl, because it's gonna lose if she's competing against the Ed Sheerans and Harry Styles. Nicki believes this. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. If you put her record in the best rap song, she believes she's got a better chance against songs like Latto's Big Energy, right? And those are two very similar records. Rich, I thought the comparison Nicki used was a good one, right? It is the most comparable record. Latto's one of the biggest female acts or biggest rappers in the game, period, female or male, over the last calendar year. The problem is apparently they didn't end on the greatest of pages, right? And Latto's got the right to say, yo, but why are we doing this publicly? We already don't really care for each other. Just don't act like I need to now show you love and come to your defense when you know we didn't have great conversations. I mean, Latto's taking it as far as say Nicki pretty much dissed her music on the phone with her. If I'm reading Latto's tweets correctly, I think Latto's like, yo, why I gotta play both sides of the fence? Why I gotta compliment you publicly as you diss me privately? You know we ain't on a good page right now or in a good spot from our last convos, and you use me as your example? I think it's one of those things where the point of what Nicki was trying to get about female rap and the Grammys is a great one, but it's being masked with attacking another female artist, which is what all these women acts do. That's all they do. They hate each other. They hate each other. And they're just literally, they can't wait for a spot to go off on each other on Twitter. That's been the formula over the last 4 years. I just saw this beautiful exchange between Cardi and Glorilla. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, dang, it's crazy. They friends today. They got this huge record today. More times than not, in 2 years, unfortunately, the trend shows that they probably will be beefing. That's the trend. About 2-3 years from once you get in the game and you have success, the more established MCs then beef with the up-and-coming MCs on the female side. That's literally what has happened over the last 5-6 years. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Nicki's exchange with Latto. And Nicki's got a great point about the Grammys. I don't even understand it. It is a way to get black artists out the paint by putting them in these conversations with artists that like Ed Sheeran and Harry Styles, two of the biggest artists in the world. You put a Nicki in that category because she is popular. She's been popular. And you, again, it's tough because to me, I can see both sides of it. If you don't put Nicki in the pop conversation, sometimes she'll complain. If you do put her in the rap convo, she'll say, I'm a pop star. So that's tough. That's a tough one. She is popular enough to be a pop star, but she oftentimes makes just rap music. But then we see a guy like Sam Smith, who I just heard his lead record for his new project. That doesn't feel like a pop song. He's trying to it actually's got a hip hop feel to it, but I guarantee you it'll be in the pop category next time around whenever it's nominated for Grammys, if it wins anything. A very interesting convo that is going to get lost in the sauce because Nicki Minaj and Latto went at it on Twitter. I want to thank you guys so much for the time, love, and support. Is what your boy will never take for granted around here. I'm out.